I had a dream. Now, you're probably expecting a story along the lines that I always wanted to create my own business, that I always wanted to be my own boss. But actually, that is not true. What I've always been was a very creative person. And I was always switching from one hobby to the other, going from painting to knitting, giant journaling, calligraphy, and then crocheting, then sewing, and so on. So I've been collecting a lot of items in my creative stash, and I always like to jump from one hobby to the other, and therefore I want to keep all the things that I have, but be able to search very quickly through my stash to be able to find the things that are suitable for my specific creative project. I have my job, I have 3 kids, so therefore my creative time is extremely limited, and I want to use that time for actually creating and not for browsing through my stash to identify exactly which products I want to use for my specific project. This is why I've been searching for years for a solution that would allow me to actually search digitally through my stash and identify quickly which products I want to use for a specific project. Also, I wanted to be able to browse through my stash when I'm away from home and see exactly which products I have and be able to buy the products that I additionally need for my project. Well, I never found a solution that was exactly suitable to my needs. They were either completely not fulfilling what I needed or required a lot of manual effort initially to be able to collect all information digitally. And that's why I gave up until I decided to create my own application. It all started as a play with the possibility of digitizing my stamp sets and my dies. Then I realized that it actually brings a lot of value to my creative practice, and it actually saves me a lot of time. And that's when I decided that I want to take this whole play seriously, create a real solution that will then be able to be used by other people that have similar interests and that have similar problems with a limited creative time that they want to use for creating. And this is how MyCreativeStash was born. The whole concept of the app is really simple. You just snap a photo of your items and let the app do the rest. Basically, you will be able to search for a specific item like butterfly or happy birthday text, and the app will exactly display all your items which are related to what you are searching for. So therefore, you are very quickly able to identify exactly which stamp sets have a happy birthday text, and also all those dies or stamps that have balloons which you want to use in your project. When you are ready, you just have to go and pick only those items up and then start creating. The other situation is having access and seeing exactly what you have in your stash without the need of physically going through your stash. For instance, if you are at the store and you want to buy a new marker or a new paint, you are able to quickly search exactly the colors that you have through your app, and then you can just pick the paints or the markers that you don't have at home already. So you don't lose time looking for those products. You don't need to create swatches. With a simple search, you don't buy duplicates, therefore saving you money. Those were just a few of the situations where I personally found the app extremely useful. If I raise your interest and you want to give the app a try, I have now a private beta phase where I'm allowing a number of 50 users to join the app for free and be able to test and see how MyCreativeStash works for their own creative stash. I will leave the link to join the application below and I will find you in my creative stash. Thanks for watching. Bye.